China Research Foundation. Welcome everyone to be here to join our session today. And let me, first of all, introduce our speaker, Honorable Yudha, from Member of Parliament Indonesia, board member of Air Quality Asia and the Green Economy Grocery. Beside me is Honorable Yudha, and followed by him is Honorable Syamsuddin. He is also Member of Parliament Indonesia, chaired the Budget Committee, and followed by him is Professor Guoqing. He is Professor and the Director of Social Development Center, Hohai University. The last one is Dr. and Professor Yaxiong. He is Director of Contemporary China Studies Center, Wuhan University, China. Welcome. My position, I'm going to chair this event, and my position will be in neutrals, which means I won't ask a question. I would like to leave more time and opportunity to our audience, and please do ask a question after the presentation of our speaker, and be sure make it short, and yeah, that's it. Let me pass the microphone to Honorable Yudha. And thank you.
Thank you very much, Jianpeng, for kind introductions about the panelists. I'm one of them, and I'm happy to be here. And I'd like to share with all of you with regard to what's the policy of Indonesia, particularly in transitioning from fossil fuel to renewables. And I also trying to portray later on Indonesia versus the other country, and how do we achieve the goals that has been committed on the Sustainable Development Goals, and as well as our participation as part of the Paris Agreement. There's two kind of policy that has been really developed, and we also trying to break it down into detailed actions. So probably before I go to detail, I'd like to give you some flavor that Indonesia has been enjoying the fossil fuel economy for a long time. Even now, we're still considering that we are in the fossil fuel economy. So, but our commitment to the world, when we ratify Paris agreements back in 2016, if I'm not wrong, because I was one of committee who signed for the ratification of the Paris Agreement. And it was really fantastic, because this is the first ever probably in the history of the Indonesian Parliament that we ratified in less than 1 week. So we are so committed on the ratification of the Paris Agreement. But again, yeah, when it comes to the implementation, probably a little bit different story. And as you may know that before we are talking about Paris agreements, that we do have what's so-called the Sustainable Development Goals. We have the 17 goals, and if we are talking about the sustainability of energy, it falls under the SDG number 7. Okay, while the climate change is SDG number 13. So we're trying to combine between the two. And the government of Indonesia has given to at least 2 ministries become a focal point on the implementation of those two big commitments. So the Ministry of State Planning Agency is responsible as a focal point for the implementation of the SDG as a whole. And while for the Paris Agreement, we agreed to put the Ministry of Environment and Forestry become the focal point. So those two ministries, from the eyes of the parliaments, we like them to cooperate, to coordinate when it comes to the implementation, because we don't want that one focal point is contradictions with the other focal point. This is not the idea that we are looking for. That we need to have a cohesion between those two administrations, between the Ministry of State Planning Agency and also Ministry of Environment and Forestry. So, gentlemen, if I using the data, this is not in my slide, but I can read it here. If you look at the implementation of the SDGs 7 and 13, because we are talking more on the renewables or cleaner energy. So Indonesia is, come to, 64.1 on the scale of 100. This is the way we're trying to achieve the SDGs number 7, the goals of the SDGs number 7. While on the SDGs 13, so Indonesia is on the score of 89.1, which is on the 13 is quite progressive. If you look at the number from the statistic that I have here, and compared with the SDG number 7. Why is that? Because of SDG 13 is covering not only the energy sectors, but also the land use change, forestry, with all those sectors that we cascade down into what's so-called nationally determined contributions. So we are okay because of we have a 89 in 100 scale, and but on the SDG 7 we are reaching on the 64.1%. Well, the other country I can quote here like China. China is for the SDG 7 is ranking 69.1, which is better than Indonesia. Indonesia 64, China 69.1 on the SDG 7 there. But on the SDGs 13, China is 69.3, which is lower than Indonesia. We are on 89.1%. But as a whole, if you look at the SDGs at 17 schools, there are several ranking on it, and Indonesia is really unfortunate. We come to the rank number 99, out of more than 150 countries. So on the SDGs as a whole, from goals number 1 up to the goals number 17. But if you're talking goal number 7 and 13, then there's a lot of improvements in this regard. So that's thing that I like to give you a kind of portrait that where we stand at the moment, where the Indonesia stand at the moment. So when you look at the our ambitions, we're trying to reach reducing the emission up to 29% by 2030. This is conditionals. But if unconditionals, meaning that if we get the international aids or international assistance, we are aiming up to the 41% by 2030. It's quite ambitious. If you look at all those numbers, even for the using the renewable energies by 2025, we are aiming to reach up to 23%. But at the moment, if we are talking about today, the renewables is around 9%, 7 to 9%. So still a big task ahead in order for us to achieve the 23% by 2025. So that's become our challenge. If you look at the nationally determined contribution, so we can come back to that's all those items. So energy is occupies around 30% of it, because the rest of it mostly dominated by the land use and land use change forestry, who can contribute more on the reducing the emissions. So so now how do we move forwards in order for us to really achieve like what we expect? If you look at the ranking of Indonesia, you look at the progress what we have done, if you look at from those two ministries become the focal point. So we are aiming to achieve like what we expect at the beginning as part of our international commitment. But here, if you see all those actions need to be done, particularly on the land use and land use change forestry, it's a really big job because of we have to be able to manage on the forestry sectors, which is more environmentally friendly, and we reduce a lot of illegal activities in this regard, and also we have to be able to manage the forestry sector in a good manner. And on the energy sector, we occupy more than 30% from our nationally determined contribution. There are several actions need to be done. Because if you look at from the pricing issues at the moment, I like to touch the very basic thing because of the way we manage at the moment, how to see whether the renewables really move faster than the others. It depends on how we can offer to the world, I mean to the investors, for instance, because we cannot rely on our state revenue. Probably Honorable Aziz is going to talk in more detail about our capability to fund from the state budget revenue. So if you look at from the way we see the renewables versus the non-renewables. So I like to see the slide comparison between renewable and non-renewables. We should be able to introduce what's so-called externality costs. The externality costs, it really drive us if we want to compete between renewable and non-renewable. If without the externality, the renewable is expensive. It's difficult for us to compete between renewable versus coal, for instance, coal-fired plant. So that's all those factors, like I mentioned here, the yellow and also the green one. This is the impact, environmental impact, if we put the fossil fuel standalone fossil fuel. So we like to have the externality in this regard in order for us to compete between renewables with non-renewable. Without that, that is quite important. It's going to have a major changes on policy if the government able to really penetrate by introducing the carbon pricing. That's probably one action that need to be done sooner in order for us to improve the use of the renewables. Without that, I doubt. Yeah, personally, I doubt that we can achieve 23% by 2025, because people tend to have the cheapest energy, which is coal still favorable in Indonesia. If you're still using coal and we're still exporting or using as a domestic consumptions, then people tend to buy coal rather than build the electricity using the other prime energies like wind or hydropowers, even geothermals, because the price issues. So the government in Indonesia should be able here to attract the investor by giving a more favorable price in order to attract the renewable, which is more sustainable in terms of the energy itself. So probably I have to close my talk by saying that there are some barrier and obstacle ahead that we need to fight for it in order for us to achieve like what we committed at the beginning. Thank you very much.